Go ahead, Egal. I know you want to talk. You've been smiling for the last 15 minutes. Your cheeks probably hurt from smiling, bro.
Nah, you know what it is? For a guy who calls Chelsea Cole Palmer FC at certain times, it is kind of funny that you rock up to their place saying must win game, have to win, got to right the wrongs of the last two games. Not your words, but I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans say this. And then next thing you know, you get bopped in the final minutes. And what? Arnie Slot playing for a draw. Was he playing for a draw? Because I didn't see that positive football. I didn't see the one team trying to win the game. Only one team was trying to win the game. Where was that? Where was that? Where's the if Arnie Slot goes to the ground, he plays to win the game. He doesn't play for a draw. He doesn't sit back. He doesn't play defensive football. You had no build-up play. You took your best midfielder. You put him in defense because you didn't trust Gomez to come on to play for Konate. Yes, there's injuries in the game and you have to deal with them. This is why I said your team was not balanced. This is why when I did the video at the beginning of the season and I said Arsenal have a better squad than Liverpool, I took into account squad balance. When it comes to Liverpool, you signed a PFA team of the season in Kirkez. Looks like a bum. That's on Arnie Slot. You signed one of the best strikers in the league, Isak. Currently does not look like he's up to scratch yet. That's on Arnie Slot to decide who he's going to play. He's going to play Isak or Ekitike. Ekitike looked good. You take him out the side, all of a sudden the team's not scoring as many goals. You have him to blame for the selection. You look at Connor Bradley, who some of you guys had the audacity to say he was on par with Trent. This kid looked out of his depth. Garnacho was running him around like he was doing like a, what do you call it? He looked like friggin' Anthony running in circles the way he was running around all the whole day. On top of that, your midfield is non-existent in this game. I told you Chelsea have one of the best midfields in the league. When Lavia came on, you seen the levels between your midfield and Chelsea's midfield. When people made fun of me for saying Chelsea have the best midfield in the league, was it last video or the league or the week video before that? Or was it at the beginning of the season when I tweeted it? I said this from the beginning of the season. Chelsea have the best midfield in the league. You guys constantly talk about Liverpool's midfield. Yeah, you won the trophies. Yeah, McAllister looks like a good player last season. But right now, you're seeing the level when it's not necessarily him having to be the one that builds up the play. Trent had a lot of build-up play. Gravenberch did a lot of the build-up play. Right now, McAllister is not even looking like he has a role in the squad. He's playing on top of other players. It's honestly, once again, down to Arnie Slot. What is he doing? Bring it back to the wingers. Salah has the least touches in the box that he's had in the last couple of years. Once again, down to Arnie Slot. I'm not even going to get onto Gravenberch and what do you call it? These other guys. I'm going to look at your window. Best transfer window ever, they said. Florian Wirtz still non-existent at this point. And you can't even say there's glimpses anymore because you have nothing to talk about. Your best signing was actually Ekitike based on his performances to start the season. And now he's riding the bench for your big money signing in Isak. Honestly, poor squad planning and your manager who got given a really good team, did his magic the first season, this season has his biggest job on his hands. And already 7 or 8 games in, I'm seeing so many things exposing Arnie Slot on a regular basis. He doesn't trust the bench. He doesn't trust guys like Chiesa. That's why he's all of a sudden not even in the Champions League squad, not getting a game after he saved your ass. Rio and Gamora saves your ass. He's not even getting game time now. This is what you reward players who've won you games with. This is what you're doing. The squad management, the substitutions, the overall style of play, the lack of build-up play, your overall creation and attacking prowess. What happened to the best attack in the league? Mo Salah looks past it. Gakpo is the only one who's stepping up nowadays. All your big money signings look like they're dead. And I'm just looking at you and I'm saying you can't blame it on injuries. You can't blame it on anything else. And you know what? You're not getting away with it anymore. Guess what? Yes, you're second in the league. You want to know what I want to hear from Liverpool fans? Oh, we're second in the league. Oh, we're only 1 point behind Arsenal, and we've been playing so bad. Oh, I'm not scared of Arsenal. I'm only scared of Man City. If Man City were ahead of me, you sound like me from last season. You guys don't realize it. We've switched positions. You guys are literally in a simulation. It's a simulation, and you guys are going through what we were going through last year. You don't have the team to deal with the injuries. Your manager currently doesn't know what to do with the squad. The squad is not cohesive as it was, and some of your best players are not playing up to the standard. Overall, The reason why you look so poor in this Chelsea game is a combination of everything you see in the last 2 games come together. And in the final minutes, there was only one team that looked like a football club that was trying to win that game. And that was Chelsea. And they continued to push and they got the goal. And you guys, I don't know what he's going to do to fix everything, but the solution Arne Slot is trying to find in-game, throwing the kitchen sink at it every time, it's not going to work. He's either got to figure out a way to play, to figure out how to get the best out of Mo Salah, Isak, and Ekitike, because they're your best attackers. And Florian Wirtz, you invested all this money in him, but he might not be as big important as you guys think. At this moment in time, he looks like a luxury purchase because I don't see what he brings to the game. And overall, Liverpool Football Club spent 500 million or whatever you want to call it and have gone backwards in one transfer window. I told you, sometimes too much change is not enough.
You know, let me just say something, Egal. I don't sound like you at all from last season because there are no unprecedented circumstances. I'm holding my manager accountable to all the decisions that he's made. It's not a simulation at all. I think we could have easily beat Chelsea had we played the correct lineup. We could have easily beat Chelsea had we played the correct team, had we approached the game properly. Instead, my manager left a donut hole in midfield. That's on Arne Slot. That has nothing to do with unprecedented circumstances. We don't make excuses. As soon as the game finished, I looked at my team. I looked at my manager. I didn't bring up refereeing decisions. I didn't bring up anything like that. I spoke about my team and our performance and why we weren't good enough on the day. So I don't sound like you at all because all you did last season was make excuses. Because this time last season, you were saying, if anyone not called Pep Guardiola finishes ahead of Arsenal, I want Arteta gone. And then at the end of the year, we had unprecedented circumstances. I won't bring up any unprecedented circumstances. I don't care what happens to us this season, how many wrong refereeing decisions. We have to win the league, and we will win the league, and I stick by it. All we've got to do is just Arne Slot, just fix up his mistakes, find the correct team, and stick with it. The thing that you said about Ekitike, bro, just all of you guys, just before you come on the show, guys, just do your research. This doesn't just go to Egal. This goes to Jem and Martin and everyone who comes on the show. Ekitike got a knock in the last game on Wednesday in Galatasaray. He was subbed off. So Ekitike was not fit. That's why he did not start the game. It's not because it was to make way for our big money signing Isak. It has nothing to do with it. It's because Ekitike is recovering from a knock he had. So he's just not fit fully. That's why he came on as a substitute.
Husam. That's my point. I said to you, I said I expect Isak to start these games. These are the reasons.
But that's not the point. That's not the point. You can't tell me that Ekitike has been the main man and he's not started. And then the reason why he's not started is because he was coming off a knock. So for me, had we just did what we're supposed to do, listen, Chelsea are gonna do nothing this season. Chelsea are that's just the truth. Chelsea right now, their fans are delusional. They think they're in a title race. We all know deep down they're not until they get some consistency. Until Chelsea can prove to the world that they can win 6, 7, 8 games in a row, they're not in a title race. They have to prove their consistency to the planet. So now when the international break ends, if Chelsea go on to win 5, 6, 7 games in a row, we can all take a step back and go okay, Chelsea are in a title race. They're doing a fantastic job. But as things stand, I'm not going to say Chelsea are in a title race. Chelsea should not be beating us with Achampong and Reece James and Hato at the back. We didn't even try Robert Sanchez. We didn't even test Robert Sanchez. So I'm holding my club accountable. So when you say I sound like you, I don't. Because I'm holding everyone at my club accountable. That's not sounding like you. Sounding like you would be like, we should have had a penalty when Reece James took down Isak. The league wants Arsenal to win the league. There are unprecedented circumstances because Ekitike was injured and Leone's out. I'm not doing any of that. I'm holding my club accountable. So let's not do that whole you sound like you on this simulation. Also, the other reason why I don't sound like you is I'm already a champion. We're already coming off a league title. So how can I sound like you? How can I sound like you? I'm a winner. I'm a winner. You make excuses. I don't.
This is the biggest cope ever. Just because you won the league last year doesn't mean you're going to win it this year. That's my point.
That's true.
And you guys, last season, after 8 games, people were telling you, who did you play? People were saying a bunch of things to you. And I'm hearing these same things from your fan base online. So Husam, maybe it's not your words, but I'm definitely seeing a lot of Liverpool fans mimicking the same habits that Arsenal
don't you hate it when people bring what other Arsenal fans said to you?
Remember that line?
You're here. You're here every Tuesday. You're here every Tuesday doing a show with me. So respond to what I say. I don't care what others say.
Just respond to some.
No,
but remember that line
we're
you
talking,
just
we're
said.
talking to the public
I'm
here.
not talking
It's not
you.
just
I'm
Husam
talking
only.
what others are doing. Just remember that line.
No, okay. Martin, have I ever brought a Hamza argument against you? No. I bring up what Martin says. I don't care what others say. Who cares? I'm not scrolling on Twitter going like, let me find the most edgy Arsenal fan so I can bring it up to Egal. I don't care.
Husam, when we went top, did you say you're not worried about Arsenal?
I'm not worried about Arsenal because the only reason why you're top, in my opinion, whether it was City who were second or you who were second, the only reason why you are top is because we haven't done our job. I'm sorry that I expect my team. I'm sorry that I expect my team to beat Achapong at the back.
If this was Man City ahead of you, would you be worried?
No, because the point is, the current situation is the following, and I've made this clear. If Liverpool just do what is expected of us, we will win this league title. We have way too much firepower. We're not playing to our players' strengths. We're not doing what's expected on the pitch. That's why I'm not making excuses.
That's still a factor, Husam, though.
Okay, but Martin, here's the thing. I'm saying my team should be beating
uncle. Can't do all this if buts and maybe stuff. Your manager right now is flopping. He's doing exactly what Pep Guardiola did last season. And I said last week, it wasn't about who you bought. It was your mentality and getting the right team. And he's not doing it.
I agree.
Arne Slot looks lost. He looks like he's in Harrods with daddy's checkbook and didn't know what to do with it. He's got lost. He's at the checkout. He's wrote all the checks. He's got all excited and then got home and gone, I've got no room for all this lot. What do I do? When he had a perfectly damn good team there that only had to add 1 or 2, maybe 3 in. That's all.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Not the players'
you guys are responding. You guys are responding to me, but you're saying the same stuff I'm saying. I'm calling out my manager.
I'm not saying things like that. I'll get to Egal in a minute when he was crying over Tottenham fans being top in October and telling them to shut up. For some reason, being top in October is now a trophy. We'll get to that shortly.
We'll get to Arsenal.
We'll get there. Don't do that.
Stay on topic,
No, exactly. No, it's why I said.
3 games in a row.
What you said.
Losing 3 games in a row for Liverpool Football Club at this moment in time,
to me,
it's not really a shock because the way that they've been playing, they've never been playing too great. What they've been doing is they've been finding ways to get over the line. Now, those finding ways late in games not happening, and what's happening in late in games, people are finding them out. Your defense has always been suspect since the beginning. Your attack has been saving you at times. Your midfield and your build-up play is the biggest concern, I would say. You don't have Trent and Robertson. You made fun of Robertson all last season, only to sign Kirkes and find out he's way worse than what you thought he was going to be. Frimpong has barely played. Maybe it's because of the lack of defensive or injuries. Those are the 2 things, right? Then you look at Szoboszlai playing at right back. Szoboszlai has been your best right back, but if you take him out of the midfield and you play him right back, you're losing that consistency from the midfield from the year before. And the most damning thing of them all for me is Konate. Konate is supposed to be one of the best centre backs in the league. He doesn't fall off a cliff out of nowhere. To me, was it that Konate was being helped out a lot from Trent's build-up play, and he wasn't being asked to do so much on the ball? Is Konate actually as good as we think he is? Because at Liverpool for the last couple of years, he has been Van Dijk and Trent have been doing most of the build-up play for him. He hasn't been asked to do that.
The other side of saying to that is he's going to Real Madrid. So maybe his head's just gone.
No,
maybe
but we can talk about Real Madrid. But the truth is he actually as good as they say he is? Now that Trent and Van Dijk are not there to do all the build-up play for him, and he's being asked to do some stuff on the ball, he seems to be an easy push trigger.
I think so. I think that the quality around him also has dropped.
This is such an agenda-driven conversation. I cannot believe the agenda that. I'm sorry, Jam. I have to interrupt. I'm so sorry, Jam. I'm gonna let you go. I just want to say.
You said it himself. He's been shit.
No, 1 second. This guy brings up Konate in the one game where Konate didn't even have a bad game. He brings up Kirkes when it was Robertson who fell asleep at the back post for the Estevao goal. So, like, choose your. Also, the third thing is, you guys spent 10 years. Bro, this is what I don't understand. These guys spent 10 years telling us Trent can't defend. And Trent is always
What
getting
happened to
exposed
talking
at the
about
back.
what I've said?
And the moment he becomes a Madrid player, suddenly we miss Trent's creativity. That's what we told you for the last 10 years.
I
That's what
told
we
you
said
he
it.
was generational. What are you talking about?
Bro.
Yeah,
I told you he's generational. You're missing a
but
generational
This
talent.
revisionism is mind blowing.
Wallahi,
Everyone was
I've been
flagging
saying
Trent
it
off.
since
Everyone
Twitter
was
these
flagging
days,
Trent
Husam,
off.
that Trent's generational. You know
I
this.
don't even know why we're talking about Trent. He's not here anymore. He's
No,
gone.
but the reason why Trent is a big deal is because they literally have no build-up play. They moved Ryan Gravenberch to defense, and their build-up play ended. You had no threat.